What's up, y'all? Hey, welcome into another edition of Marsh Media News Update. You know what we do. Y'all make it public, we make it popular. And as always, you know, a lot of people try to bring in plants to make their set pretty. They try to bring in pictures to make themselves pretty. They try to light incense to make their set smell so delicious, so scrumptious. But you know what I did? I said, forget the plants. The plants can't handle it. Forget the incense. The incense don't do it no justice. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Marsh Media News Anchor Desk, my co-anchors for the day. Give it up for Miss Erica B. from the Saved and Silly Morning Show, and none other than CEO and multimedia mogul from the EGO Entertainment Network, Miss Lady J. How are you ladies doing on today?
Good morning.
I'm well.
Good. Well, welcome. This is both of you guys' first time at the news desk. So this is what we do. We generally have folks that come in, they comment live, and they do all that. So before we get started in the news, Erica B., tell them about the Save and Silly Show.
Hey, well, the Say and Silly Show is just like it say. We say, but we're a little more silly sometimes than say. And we air live YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff every Saturday from 10 to 12. We like to just have a good time, you know, be transparent, come in and have a good time with us.
Now, when you say transparent, how transparent are you compared to being transparent and elusive?
I would like to say translucent, because see, translucent, I'm gonna let you see what I want you to see.
Oh,
I can't give you all my background. I don't know you people like that.
Oh yeah. So you hiding just a little bit. You hiding just a little bit.
Like I might leave out my middle name. You know, I might give you, but I might leave out my middle name. You know, like.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got you. Give us just a little bit. That's just how women do anyhow. All right, we're going into our next guest. If you're watching us live, that's right. If you're watching us live, you know how to do. You tell us where you're watching us from, and you also watch till the end. If you at work and you sneaking some of this goodness to help you get through your shift, then leave us on. Even if you can't watch no more, just set the phone down and keep your earbuds in and keep us rolling. And we're gonna make you laugh till you pee just a little bit. We're gonna give you some news that you probably had no idea was news, but make sure you share this to some folk that you know like it. All right, Lady J, tell us about EGO Network and all your media mogulism.
So I just want you to know that you're the only one that calls it EGO Network.
I know.
It's EGO Entertainment Network. And I like the play on word because it is an acronym actually. But
yep.
So EGO stands for Empowered Greatness Optimized. And we are a international actually.
Yeah, I'm about to say
multimedia network that consists of 2 radio stations, 2 magazines, news platform, television network, PR and management, events team, and more. So we are a full production and service company. We provide many services and opportunities to pretty much anybody. And it doesn't matter if you're a business owner or somebody that's in the entertainment industry, a personality or whatever. So whether we're syndicating work, you want to be a writer, you want to be featured, interviewed, whatever. Listen, it's a one-stop shop. We, do everything pretty much, to push the people forward.
There we go. Good morning, KC Moore. What's up, nephew? Hey, Angela. KC is checking us out from the A. Angela's checking us out from KC. So, hey, man, keep it going. If you're watching us from our YouTube channel, thank you so much for your subscription. Hey, we want to start things off on a somber note, and then we can take it up from there. Want to say rest in peace to none other than the icon. And, a lot of people throw around the word icon, but the icon Quincy Jones, who passed away today at the age of 91. We know him from Take Me to the Moon. He did that for Frankie Baby, Sinatra, of course, the Sanford and Son. Bow, 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 now. You know, he did that. Of course, Michael Jackson's Thriller, some tracks off the wall. You know, you got him from. Remember the Austin Powers? He did that soundtrack back in the 60s, as well as The Wiz. He did the Wiz soundtrack. So, hey, rest in peace to none other than Quincy Jones. My goodness, what a man from humble beginnings all the way out to Chi-Town had came and become such a multi-media mogul. He was, you know, hey, you was in some good company, Lady J. You know that, right? Yeah.
Yes.
All right. And Lady J is the multimedia mogul that don't utilize baby oil and videotapes. Looks like Brony Cat has joined in from YouTube.
No.
Brony Cat has joined in from YouTube. What's up, Brony Cat? Brony Cat is one of our main supporters, and we appreciate her. All right, guys, we got to get into something. We're talking about voting. Voting is tomorrow, November the 5th. Please go out and vote responsibly. At this point, I'm sure all of you have enough information to where you are fully informed and equipped on how you're going to go in and vote. I'm just going to say my vote is going to keep me from going backwards. It's going to propel me to go forward. My vote is going to make sure that ain't no woman going to have to worry about getting grabbed in the we're going to make sure that don't nobody get killed in public. We're going to make sure with my vote that you ain't got a fake getting shot in the ear. We're going to make sure with my vote that we recognize that women can be leaders too. That's just me. That's just me. I ain't saying who I'm voting for. I'm just saying, you know, the hairstyle of the person I'm voting for is going to stay intact. I'm just saying that the person that I'm voting for ain't got little hands on a big statue body. What I'm saying is the person that I'm voting for, they ain't got multi wives from other countries, but they talking about keep immigrants out. What I'm saying is I'm going to vote for the one that is going to look out for the benefit of the people, that has not bankrupt, that did not have any kind of talk show or game show or reality show. That's what I'm voting for.
Well, I'm gonna have to concur with you. I can sum mine up with this. I'm not voting for anybody that is going to intentionally put the people that they say that they are for in harm's way and then try to pretend that they didn't throw the rocks. So I don't want a criminal, a proven criminal as the president, period. So
I like my presidents with minimum felonies and sexual assaults.
And that are not racist.
Right.
No racist.
So that people can understand how important this election is, and people say your vote don't count. People don't steal things that are not of value or that they can't afford. All right. Period. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go in and I'm going to let you guys see exactly why our vote matters and why this election is so doggone important. Y'all that's watching, make sure you pay attention.
So I just got through voting. Yeah, had a little issue. Did my ballot and printed out my ballot, and they had changed who I was voting for president. And it came out with 45's name on it. Hell no. So they fixed that for me. And so I have voted, and I have voted for Kamala and Tim Walz and all you people that are voting for 45. Good luck with you, all right? Peace.
So if that don't let you know that our vote is important, can y'all picture going in and you voting, and then when you get your ballot receipt, it's like, whoa, hold on, I didn't vote for this. What do you guys think of this? Sometimes we be in such a rush, we hurry up and try to get out of the polls. Sometimes the lines can be so long. But first of all, if you guys have voted, you can state it. And if you have not, I look to see you at the polls or posting your stickers on tomorrow. But have you guys been in such a rush that sometimes you've forgotten to check out your thing? We're going to go to Erica B, and then we'll go to Lady J. Erica, have you?
Well, actually, I did vote and I did see that video clip. So that made me even more, conscious of what was going on the list. I mean, I was looking at everything that I voted. After the little printout came, I was like, look, what's going on? What's happening here? Let me make sure who I said and what I said is on this. So yeah, I did. And it was because of that clip you just showed made me pay attention and made me want to focus on and make sure that my vote did count and it did say what I wanted it to say. So I suggest y'all pay attention. Don't be in such a rush. It's very important. Like y'all have been saying, this is very important. Don't be in such a rush. You just stood in that long line anyway. Go on, wait a few more minutes and read the printout.
That's right, because 4 years is a long time to mess around and realize that your paper print out the wrong name. What about you, Lady J?
And come back with and frisk and stop and frisk for no reason. Okay, keep playing.
Come
Stop
on
and
now.
frisking. They ain't stopping anybody. They're gonna be stopping y'all. Usses.
There you go, Lady J.
So usually, I will go and confirm everybody that I voted for before I go ahead and hit the, finalize everything. But after seeing that clip, I definitely am going to have to double check my receipt because we can't have a repeat of the foolishness from the last presidential election. All right. So yeah, I will definitely be double checking mine as well, and I'll be going to vote today actually. So
yeah. Well, I'm going to be in that long line voting tomorrow, but I'm going to be in that line to the end. I'm going to be checking out my ballot receipt, making sure that everybody that I had desired to vote for is who I'm going to vote for. So you guys, whoever it is, make sure you go out and you get it. All right, guys. Story number 2. This is close to me, guys, but I'm pretty sure you guys have heard this. This is one reason why I don't go to a lot of Waffle Houses because I like my food with less flies, and I like my cook to have all their teeth. But that's beside the point. I'm not judging nobody for what they have to do. But here it is, y'all. Joplin, Missouri. Black man with his white date checks into a hotel. Say, hey, all right, now that I'm checked in, let's go grab something to eat. And a police officer follows them from their hotel check-in all the way over to the Waffle House. They go in, they start eating. The police officer comes in and starts to bother, harass them, grabs the woman's purse, say, can I look at your purse, start touching them, and never once Mirandized them, never once told them they were detained or under arrest. Now, Missouri, a lot of people realize Missouri being the last state to abolish slavery, this goes on more times than not, but it's very disappointing to understand on the brink of election that you still in 2024 can't go into the Waffle House with somebody on your arm that you choose, not who people think you should have chosen, and sit down without being bothered. And the police officer that was with, now I'm so tired of hearing officers say, it's just a few bad apples. All cops ain't bad cops. There are some good ones. And I always ask the question, well, where are all the good cops when the bad cops are acting up? And it was another officer that was showing out. The one, his partner was there. You could tell on his face, he wanted to say so bad, bruh, you taking it too far. This is too much. Come on, man. Let's just roll out. But he never said a mumbling word. He just kept looking goofy. Sometimes the partner can just say, hey, bro, we don't want to be the next viral clip. Hey, bro, let's not be the next video. Hey, bro, let's be on the right side of this. This man wound up getting arrested, but he had to go so far as to stand up on the counter of the Waffle House because he was so fearful and how aggressive that officer was that the officer looked like he was ready to put hands on him. And he's like, bro, If I'm not detained, I'm not arrested. You are now harassing me. You've taken my date's purse. That's stealing. The people that was working there were so appalled with the sheriff's behavior that they had to call the local police. And then the brother was like, I'm so glad you're here. I'm shaking. I had to call the police on the police. Well, newsflash. Police officer didn't take his side. First thing, well, I wasn't here. I didn't get the whole story, so let me hear his side. Why do you always got to go to his side? I'm the one that called you. You were called on my behalf. I'm the one that's being victimized. My story matters. And then the guy started in late and everybody was like, no, start from the beginning. But here's the deal. The PTSD that comes with being black, first of all, and then it comes with being a black man. As late as a lot of people go eat at Waffle House, he kept telling the young lady, don't say anything. You don't have to say anything. What do you guys suggest that those that are watching us that may be younger, those that are watching us that may be, those that are watching us that have come across these things or may, what do you do in those circumstances? We'll start with Lady J.
I mean, for me, hopefully they got it on video. One good thing I can say that comes from electronics in this day and age, because I'm not all for it. I mean, they're great for working and things of that sort, is in situations like this, hopefully somebody was recording the entire situation. And I would say, so there is a form of, I'll say, there's a form of words that you're supposed to use in situations like that. And one of our very good friends, who is an ex-FBI agent, he educated us about this twice when we were talking about the 9 who have been wrongfully or incarcerated, or who have been incarcerated for a very long time, of which Larry Hoover is a part of, Mr. John Fitzgerald. And so there is specific wording that you should use in situations like that, because it alerts the officers to know that you know exactly what your rights are, what the law is, and it kind of is like an alarm that goes off. If I go any further pertaining to them, less than if I go any further, I'm going to be in big trouble. And so I would encourage everybody. I can share that clip with everyone, but I would encourage everybody to learn it, memorize it, speak it, because you have to call into certain rules in their rule book that they're taught as an officer, and you have to call out certain amendments, codes, your rights within the amendments and codes, within their the code enforcement book and the amendments, So I would say that if you learn that and you memorize it and you utilize it in situations like that, I think you'll be okay. And make sure you have a lawyer that you can have on call.
He did that. He did. He was aware, and you could see the nostrils flare. And Lady J, I'm gonna tell you, them earrings are tapping Morse code on your headphones. So all while you was talking, all we heard was click, 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 click. I thought you had a stenographer. There in the studio with you, writing down and taking notes. And everything you said, it was like click, 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 click. You might want to move them. No, it wasn't me. Look.
I moved my headphones up because I have my other device.
I still hear the other one clicking. See, every time you talk, your stenographer starts talking. The other one clicking now. We can still hear it. Sound like Sammy Davis Jr. tap dancing. But he was, each time he spoke his rights and where the guy was infringing on those rights, the officer's nose started flaring more and more. And the thing is, with being able to have social media or phone access, there are so many people that have filmed their own death because the officers become so enraged and they become embarrassed that or you're calling them out, and ego steps in. And I'm pleading to all police officers that may come across this on your off-duty time. Man, it's not worth losing your career, is it? And I know a lot of you think it's just a black life. I'm going to get off of it with a little desk duty. I might get, but there are in recent history, officers being convicted on these crimes. Breonna Taylor's one of those officers just got convicted days ago and sentenced. So Derek Chauvin for what was George Floyd, he got convicted and then got stabbed. Do you really want to be taken from your family? Do you want to be taken from this world? Do you want to be taken from your loved one? Do you want to take a black man from his community, home, and job? Do you want to lose your career behind trying to prove a point of who has the most testosterone and masculinity on the set? I mean, come on, dog. You got the gun. You got listen. You're already overmatching us. You've got deadly weapon. You've got debilitating weapon. You got detaining weapon. You got the 9mm. You got what you call pepper spray. You got a taser.
A knife.
And you got your handcuffs. Have anybody noticed that now handcuffs is the last thing officers reach for now? Like in this,
we used to be worried about, as they used to call it, the billy club or the stick. We used to be worried about that, but now,
you know what they used to call them?
Yeah.
We've seen time and time again how the exact same scenarios happen between white individuals and black individuals. White and black people can do the exact same thing, or white people even take it a step further, but somehow or another they tend to bring them in with no harm. You know what I'm saying? No harm, no foul, but black people end up getting severely injured or killed every single time.
And to your point, I saw an Asian man wielding a machete and he was apprehended. So many times he ran the police officer around his cruiser and still got apprehended. If that had been a black man, he'd have been covered up and it'd have been yellow tape. So I'm just saying to all the good officers, since y'all claim it's so many, to all the upstanding officers, since y'all claim all are not bad, please be bold enough that if you happen to be on scene with one that you see is losing their control, their cool, tap them on the shoulder, tap them out, tell them, hey man, take a moment, call something in, go back to your cruiser for a quick second, get you a swig. Y'all want to go home, we want to go home too. So to the officer that wanted to overly exert his power at the Waffle House, man, you could have ordered you a waffle, sat down with some hot coffee, and you could have let that situation proceed in a different direction.
Get you a little coffee.
There you go. And if you guys are watching and you have any comments, any situations that you may have gone through based off of what you just heard of the Waffle House fiasco with the racist cop coming up on the black man and his date, go ahead and leave it in the comments as we get ready to skate up to, I saw something real funny. Houston, Texas. Your neck of the woods, Erica B.
I'm listening. Houston, you see me looking. You got my attention.
4 more miles, 2 more exits. Walmart. Y'all already know this ain't gonna be good. If you want to go see a bonnet bombshell, go to Walmart. Well, a mother who claimed she was on vacation with 3 of her daughters. The mother had red hair. She had a daughter with turquoise hair. She had a daughter with blue hair, and she had a daughter with black hair. All of them, except the mother, was in Walmart shoplifting. And what they did was they came, they asked to see things at the jury counter. Then they would set it off to the side. And then the sister would come, roll up, and scoop up what she set down. They had where they would put on certain clothes and walk around in the store long enough as it had become appearing to be what they walked in with. They went to the self-checkout line. The mom paid for hers. One girl had a sweater that the other sister laid down. She stuck it up under her arm. One even tried to walk out with a purse. You hear me?
With her goodies in it.
Yeah. Now, first of all, what makes you think you finna walk in the Walmart looking like thing 1, thing 2? You got blue hair, red hair, blonde hair, black. You already bringing attention to yourself when you first walked in. So you already gonna be camera friendly. They like, oh, wait a minute, let me see what they doing. So you going to all the places and they just watching you in the back. And they was in the back talking about, okay, lavender girl, turquoise girl, red lady, all that. So they get to the checkout, self-checkout, and they all of a sudden check out. And then guess who was waiting on them at the front door? The police. Why is it, Erica? Why is it, Lady J, that when we, us, our peoples, why is it when we get caught, we get an attitude with the people that caught us instead of getting an attitude mad because we did something to get caught? Ladies, the news desk is yours.
First of all, you done messed up with we. Me and Lady J ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm gonna take this one, Lady J. We ain't got nothing to do with that.
Y'all black.
Why we?
Y'all black. Wait a minute, y'all two queens. Y'all got to get these sisters in order.
I'm with Erica on this.
Y'all got to get them sisters together. Y'all got to get.
I'm with Erica on this.
All black sisters ain't bad. I'm like the cops. Oh no, all black sisters ain't bad.
That ain't what I said, Erica. I'm just saying though.
On a real tip, I'm with Erica on this. That I will say. I would say that in today's age, okay, all of us are not bad. However, there are a lot of us. There are a lot of us, and I see this all the time because it irritates me, which is why a lot of black women don't like me, but I don't care, is that a lot of us feel like we are above reproach. A lot of us don't even want to listen to each other when we are wrong. We hate correction. And for those of us who say that we, are Christians or whatever, we love God or we're good people, the word of God says that he who hates correction hates himself and is a fool.
Come on, Proverbs.
With that being said, a lot of us women, we feel like can't nobody tell us nothing, that we are well within our rights to have attitude or mad because we don't want to be held accountable. Because if we hold ourselves accountable or allow other people, our fellow sisters, to hold us accountable, then that would mean that we would have to take responsibility for our actions. And then we would be charged then with changing or modifying our behavior. But let's be honest, a lot of us don't want to do that because we're so caught up and worried about being seen, being liked, being popular, and going along with the flow and with society. So that's just it. And stealing is stealing. And I'm the type of individual, and my kids can attest to this, okay, that I will call you out. I don't care if you are black, white, but especially my black women. I will call you out in the store. I have done that many a times. I done seen women talking crazy to their kids, cussing them out, little toddlers, you know what I'm saying, taking stuff. I will call you out right then and there. I sure will. Have done
now
it.
Check this
will
out.
Do it.
Check this out. I think something that was missed, and I didn't even bring up the part that one of the girls still had queen around her neck, a necklace. Baby, that's not queen behavior. But no. I digress. But what y'all missed is what I said.
But she could have been the queen of fools.
Listen, y'all missed what I said. It was a mother. The redhead was the mother. I ain't talking about redhead like Ginger. I'm talking about redhead like stripper. It was a mother and her 3 daughters.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel that comfortable? How do you feel that comfortable stealing with your mom?
But here's the thing. You can't. She set the tone. She set the example, which goes back to what I said. Her mama has probably been told a couple times about her behavior and her actions, but she don't care. So she has her daughters following behind her, which is why we continue to have these women, old and young, acting a plumb fool out here in these streets, going out with, like you said, looking like a stripper. We have no regard for what we look like when we hit that door. Have no regard for our actions out in public.
They didn't look clean at all either, Lady J. They didn't look like they had bathed. They didn't look like, one of the girls had like a tannish like outfit on, and it looked like she had a stain right there. No brassieres on, so you just got crazy eyes just flopping everywhere and around. I'm looking at Sherry Matchett, I believe it is. Hey Sherry, where are you watching this from? She comments, it's that they get mad at the fact that they got caught. And I get that. But reason why I was teasing with you guys when I say, why can't we? Because that is abandoning. When we say, no, that's them. That then we abandon the village approach. And myself, I come through the 70s where the village was strong.
Mm-hmm.
Like
mine too.
Miss Vanita, Miss Jackson, Miss Young, they all had eyes on us. Like when we would go out and play, parents would sit on one particular porch, and as long as their conversation was going, we could stay late. And I remember when the street lights was getting ready to come on, and we'd look over at the porch and be like, oh, they look like they laughing, having a good time. Please let them talk longer. Please let them talk longer. But that same person that was laughing with your mama, that same man that was having conversations with your daddy, they had the right to pull you by your ear or pull you by your back pockets. They had the right to turn your end up and swat and then walk you home so that you can get part 2 for embarrassing your parents. Now, the embarrassment ain't with the parents. The parents is out here trying to be the friends. How does that stop? You two are the ladies. You are the mother figures on this desk. How do we? Because if as a man, if I say it, then, oh, no, you didn't. But as coming from a woman, how do you address these women without mother wit?
Again, you have to. So, for instance, I'm going to use this as an example. So, my children, they were outside playing. Okay. Some little girl, one of us, a black child, was outside cussing at the kids and hitting the kids that didn't want to play with her. My kids come and tell me. I go take the kid and my kids to the mama's door. I knocked on the door. Tell the mama what's going on. You know what I'm saying? She should have been out there with her child, because her child shouldn't have been outside on her own. She had to be like 7 or 8, But anyway, the mama then gets offended that I'm coming to her about her child and her behavior. I said, look, now I can tell she's a young mother. Okay. I'm like, look, one, I'm gonna need you to tone it down. 2, as a mother, your child should not be outside at this age by herself. 2, wherever she got this hitting people and cussing people out from, I'm pretty sure she's been listening to you or other individuals. Now, if you don't want somebody correcting your child, and I did tell her that I corrected her child because I got on the little girl myself. I said, and I told her that. I said, if you don't want nobody correcting your child, then you should be out here with your child. Because as far as if I'm a mother and my children are outside and there are other adults out there, if something is happening to my children, I expect for those adults to step in for my kids the way that I would do them. And if my children are out of line, I expect for an adult to address that. You don't necessarily have to put hands on the child, but you should address that. And so, she was just like, well, then she started, getting riled up. I said, well, look, I done already taught her a lesson. If you like, I can teach you one too. And she was like, well, just come inside. Just come inside. Uh-oh. Yeah, you might as well keep her inside. Don't bring her back out here.
You wasn't about to thug the lady out, were you?
Listen, like I said, when she started acting like she wanted to get froggy, I said, I taught your daughter a lesson. If you need one, I'll teach you one too.
What about
exactly
you,
what I told her.
Let's go to Erica. Erica, what would be your approach? How would you do it?
My approach, back in the day, I'm not gonna lie, I probably would have just went on in.
Oh Lord,
the wisdom, then got a little elderly. I be trying to hold back a little bit, but no, seriously, it's a different day and it's a different time though, for real, because you have to be careful with approaching. Now, see, it's just like Lady J said, these people don't want to be approached. So I understand what you're saying when Miss Alice and Miss Ann and all them was on the porch and we could, everybody, you cannot do that anymore. Unfortunately, we don't have that type of society. And if you want to know how to get back to that, that includes inclusiveness. Like you say, well, we don't want to abandon them, but we also got to watch how we approach them. We can do things. I was just at an event talking about these type of things all this weekend, how to be a woman, how to be a mother, but if they are not in these places learning, getting this education, getting this understanding, you can't approach those type of people. You have to approach them where they at. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to approach you right where you at. I'm going to do it in Erica fashion. I'm like, Lady J, I'm going to let you know, look, baby, this is what your child was doing. And this is what's happening. That's not good. You're going to do your best, explain to them, we want to look out. You even tell them, I go so far as tell them, why I'm doing this? Because I want to see us together. But if you snap off.
Now one thing I will push back on just a little bit is we can do it. Are we willing to do it? Change doesn't come without some type of pain, some type of pushback. But I think, like the lady said, people get mad because they got caught. And a lot of times people take offense because they already knew that what you're telling them was the truth before you even had to tell them. But sometimes it takes being, hey, you do realize what I'm seeing others see, and you can lose your kids like that. You can lose them to the state, you can lose them to the jail cell, or you can lose them to the grave. But in order for that not to happen, you got to be able to trust people that are like, if I really didn't have your child's best interest at heart, I would not be addressing this with you. I'd have took it up into my own actions. But for the fact that I want to see the best for this kid, how do we get back to those fibers? Because it seems like we got a hands-off approach, like I ain't got time. But
that you just said it, DL. You just answered your own question. That type of approach is what it takes, and that's what I'm telling you. It takes that type of approach to them at that time. But if in that moment they don't receive it, because that was the best way. I'm telling you, I'm doing this for the best of you, your child. I'm looking out for your child. I don't want to see nothing happen to your child as well as you. You know, these people out here, you know, there's other people that will come and try to take your child away. You can talk to them and let them know. But if they do not receive it, I'm going to shake the dust off my feet and keep going, because that word got to get to somebody else. I got to go tell somebody else that want to receive it. I can't.
And not only that,
right. Before you get started, Lady J, before y'all get started, hold on, let me moderate real quick. I'm going to pull something up. I'm not going to start it yet, but I'm going to pull something up while you guys are finishing with that question, because the question actually was not what do you do, how do you do, but why aren't we doing? So that's what I want to get. Why is it that when we see certain behavior, we it's easier for us to turn the other way? Now, why I pull this up, because I gotta let y'all see Bum Quisha and her kids. So I gotta let y'all see it. But y'all go ahead and answer that, please, guys watching. Don't mind what y'all about to see. I gotta get this up here, but go ahead.
So again, like I said, I agree with Erica. Like I said, I'm a type of parent that I will bring the situation to the parent. If the parent doesn't receive what I'm saying, or when a parent brings a situation to me,
go into a store.
I am one of those individuals that will address my kids, you know what I'm saying, and their wrongdoing in the situation, as well as talk to the parent about whatever their children's situation was. I think that one of the reasons why a lot of us don't do that anymore is because, one, we're too afraid of what the other person is going to say and how they're going to react, which is not helping your fellow sister, you know what I'm saying, or your fellow man as far as fatherhood and motherhood is concerned. It's also not helping the kids, because the kids aren't learning. Because I'm the type of parent, though, that my kids will bring other kids to me, so that if they're not learning it from you, they're going to learn it from me or from somewhere, right? And I think the other side to this is to why a lot of us don't do it is because we have the mindset that, well, it's not my kid, it ain't affecting me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keep my kids. I'm just keep my kids away until something happens where it does affect you. Too many of us, we won't. If Johnny and Susie is outside playing in the street and you see a car coming and they get hit, you mad and hollering at the other parents. Well, why didn't y'all stop them? The village don't just protect your kid. If your child is out of order, then I'm also supposed to call that child out, discipline them, bring them to you. You know, just if you don't want that part of the village, you don't get the protection part either. So if it's gonna be not my problem, it ain't my problem all the way around.
What you just said is so on point. The village don't come just with protection. Before there's a need for protection, the village has to discipline. Before there's a discipline, that you have to educate the children of the village. And so that there should not be consequence if a person does not know there was a rule to break. Erica, you come in, you answer that question, and then we're going to get in. Y'all got to see Boom Quisha and her daughters. Boom Quisha knew what her daughters was doing. And so go ahead. This is a H-Town. This is a H-Town Walmart too. Go ahead.
Oh, see, y'all, all my H-Town people that's on here, y'all see he trying to do us, right?
No, I'm just saying.
But I'm just teasing. But no, it's you said a couple of things, you know, why they don't. I think Lady J hit on why they don't, because of the repercussions that could happen. A lot of people are not as confrontational as you think they are. They don't want the confrontation of trying to help. So they look over and they keep going. What you said is not always right. And it's good that Lady J is the type that, she says she'll call you out wherever you're at. She gonna call you out. But everybody is not like that. But it will take more of that. But they don't do it because they don't want the confrontations. Have you seen, you showing this video, but have you ever really tried to, I guess, correct a kid these days? Mama
Every
bear
day.
is a real
Every day.
Mama bear is a real term. You deal with these mama bears, which are not, being a actual bear in the sense of taking care of, but just being a roaring, loud mouth person. And they don't want to deal with that. Number two,
I do it every day. Every day.
It's not the same love. It's not the same love in the community. You're like, well, why? Because the love is not there. The love in the community is not there. How do we get the love back? We start educating. How do you educate? You say, we got to get out there in events. Like, there are educators out there. There's different things, but bring back the old neighborhood. Every now and then, I think we have like maybe a night out. A lot of people live next door to each other and don't even know their names. They don't know the person down the street. They don't know this one here. You're going to have to start at the root to me, at the ground level, zero. Hi, how you doing? What's your name? What's your kid? When they come in, back in the day, people used to welcome the new neighbors to the neighborhood. Ain't nobody welcome them. We don't know them. I don't know what they doing over there. I don't mess with them people. That's how they are. So that love is not there anymore. So those are some of the things I think, that's why it doesn't happen. The love is not there. People don't want the repercussions of them. You have packing grandmas and packing bear mamas these days. You go and trying to say something, all of them.
Wait. When you say packing, you mean like pistol packing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know.
Yes.
Listen.
Yes.
Do y'all think I not know that? Y'all think I not know that?
You ain't never seen what happened at these little league games.
Do y'all think I not
never seen what happened at little league games?
Do y'all think I not know that? Did y'all not think that was not a rhetorical question? I mentor the youth every day. I remember I had a mother who I was in the position of a parent, a liaison. And so my job was to deal with the parents who had children with disciplinary issues. And I had a mother come in to talk about her child potentially about to be suspended. And the mother came in. Now, y'all listen to this outfit. Then we're going to get into Bumquisha's video. The mother came in with a white tank wife beater, no bra on, SpongeBob SquarePants pajama pants with some SpongeBob SquarePants Kyrie Irvings. You're matching, ma'am. You really put an outfit together. And so she wanted to go off and scrap with the principal. She always looking down. She thinks she's better than us. And so I got the mother into my office. I said, first of all, you coming up here acting a stone fool because your child is in the midst of about to be suspended for calling his teacher the B word. You're a mother. That should be the first word you teach your son, mother, not to call another woman. Second of all, you're talking about this woman's looking down on you. Had you ever considered, and if you haven't, please consider now, that if you had came in here dressed like the principal and you walked into the principal's office and she was dressed like you, would you take that principal seriously? So sometimes you gotta use the span of time that you have. Hey, love, not trying to show you how to parent, but man, I just saw your child. You the parent, right? I just saw your child do something that could be detrimental to their life. And I just wanted to let you know. And if you need me to look out for your kid while you're not around, I got you.
But what you just said though, that one phrase, not trying to show you how to parent and tell you how to parent, that's one thing we have to get away from. So me, I have been a part of hundreds of kids' lives. I've taken in so many kids and whole families over the years. Okay, just as recently as this year. Okay, there's always somebody's kid that I'm mentoring, somebody's mama or whoever. We got to get away from the fact that and pretending like there is not a universal standard when it comes to parenting.
Pretend.
You know that right is right and wrong is wrong. Period.
Some people do. Some people don't.
Yeah,
you got to think about it, Lady J. There's no parental handbooks, and so for me saying I'm not trying to teach you how to parent, it's to take. Listen to me though. It's to take the wall of offense down so that a wall of defense isn't built up. Yes, actually, if you listen to me, that's just like somebody say, I don't mean to be disrespectful. You know, disrespect is coming. I don't mean to offend. You know, an offense is coming. But it's to set a preference so that you will be able to accept. I got to give you vegetables, but sometimes I got to put a little sugar on it. The
And I
vegetables are
think you have to
still
use discernment with that too, though, because you have to know, like Erica said before, and just
Right.
like your view of the lady that came in, I would have the same, I'm saying, the same thought. But I've dealt with that so many times, and with the kids that they deem, unreachable. No, there's a certain type of individual and a certain type of authority and presence that you have to have for any child to respect you. I've never had a child, and I've dealt with I mentor kids in jail, who have been tried as adults and things of that sort. When you have a certain presence and you have a certain life experience and you understand how to communicate with them and undress in front of them emotionally and mentally, they will respect you from the
but
minute that you walk into that room. The parents, though, on the other hand,
I was about to
you
say
have
the
to use
banana we're
discernment.
peeling is the parent, not the
Yeah,
child. Because
yeah, but
I
you
ain't had
parents
no
the
problem
same.
out no children.
Yeah, the same thing with parents. So you have to have a certain discernment too to know, is this person, you sit back and watch people and how they move, how they talk and how they approach things, you can understand whether or not you're gonna waste your time or not. Like Erica said, it's up to them whether or not they're gonna receive it or not. If you're not gonna receive it, I'm not gonna waste my time with it. And that's just it.
Well, I
Want to
just I
shake the
just
dust
think
off my feet
sometimes
and keep going. It's too many others to reach, DL. It's
Mm-hmm.
too many to reach to
sometimes I
somebody that is
believe.
slamming the door. Now you can go back once or twice. You turn the other cheek. You go on. You try again. You're like, all right, she had a bad day. I see you could have had a bad night. Whatever, and you try again. But if that person is repeatedly not receiving in any manner that you give it to her, you work in the children and with children, like you say, it's too many that I'm trying to save or that I'm trying to help or that I'm trying to make better, to see that this one parent is
Let
just
me ask y'all a
not
question. Let
out.
me ask y'all a question. Before I assume, we all believe in Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
He said he
Save
would
and son.
leave. He said he would leave 100 to go back and get the one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So sometimes you still got to do the work on that one, even if it
But you
means
don't know that.
allowing
You're
the.
gonna get that discernment though.
Sometimes you do. I work with them every day, and what I'm trying to get y'all to catch what I'm saying is sometimes the child ain't the juvenile. Sometimes the child ain't the delinquent. It's the parent. The
Right.
average age of a average age of a parent with a teenager sometimes is 22 years old. So that means they grew up as they were growing their child. So they don't know a lot of times. Sometimes somebody in their family say, you know what, I done tried, I'm giving up. They so used to people giving up on them that they buck you just so you would leave them alone. But
But here's the
sometimes
thing. Go ahead.
But sometimes you have to go past the initial buck. Sometimes you got to bob. Sometimes you got to weave that punch, because that punch ain't actually to hurt you. That punch is to make you give them space. They're jabbing to create space. So the point I'm getting at is, and before we go any further, I'm gonna let y'all see Boom Quisha. But the point I'm getting at is that Erica hit it on the head when I asked why not. And the why not is the lack of love. If there is no love, you can't find compassion. If there's no compassion, there's no matter. So it don't matter. It's easy to walk away from something that don't matter, especially when you start saying, I got my own troubles. I got my own kids. You see what I'm saying? So somebody's, and this ain't for everybody's. I say what I do, you have to be ordained to do. There are certain people that are carved out to drop the seed. Y'all follow where I'm going? There are some people that are carved out to be planters. There are some people that are carved out to be waters of the seed that was planted. But we know who give the increase. And those that dig for the seed spend more time at the garden than the ones that water. Why? Because you got to turn the ground. You got to till the ground. You got to make sure that where you drop this seed is deep enough where birds can't come and pluck it out. Y'all follow where I'm getting at? It's all
Yeah,
scriptural
that's
based.
that. Yeah, and that's why you have to know, like I said, use discernment. You have to know your assignment. It's not some, and too often times we want to insert ourselves in situations that God didn't put us in no way. And that's something I had to learn. Something He
True,
told me. I have tried to save so many people, and He said, "I'm not the savior. My job was
true,
just to plant a seed or just to do. You're doing
true.
too much. You take it too far, and that's why a lot of people when they push, what I'm saying, push back or whatever the case may be, it ain't your job to keep pounding and keep
True.
pounding. You can only help those who want to help themselves. And one thing I had to learn was I can't save everybody. And that's just it.
I'm not suggesting we set out to save anybody. Correction and saving is different. But what do you do when you are ordained and commissioned to do?
And
You see what I'm
again,
saying? You don't
I,
have no
I'm ordained and commissioned to do as well. But again, it's all about the assignment. Are you assigned to that person? That's the
Right.
question.
who's aborting the assignment? Is it God or is it you?
Oh, but what do you mean
Because
aborting the
Said
yeah,
assignment?
God
so,
definitely
so,
ain't
so,
aborting it. God
so,
definitely
No,
ain't
so
God ain't
aborting
going.
it.
God ain't going to
listen,
abort it.
no, listen what I say before you respond. Okay. I said, who's aborting the assignment? If God commissioned the assignment, of course, we're not talking about him aborting what he said for.
Mm-hmm.
But when we talk about discernment, come on, let's not play like people be like, well, God ain't told, because they physically get tired. But I'm talking
Mm-hmm.
about people like Malcolm X. I'm talking about people like Martin Luther King. They knew death was around the corner, but they
Mm-hmm.
could not go.
That was their assignment. But when it comes to people, when it comes to this situation that we're talking about, I'm gonna be the first to say, because anybody who say that they have never done what I'm about to say is a liar. When you are commissioned and ordained to help people, to mentor, to counsel, you know what I'm saying, to lead or whatever, oftentimes we will see a problem and just rush to do it because we see a problem. We know we can fix it. We know we can help. But God didn't tell me, do that. And then we wonder why things end up
Back
either
God.
worse,
Or,
or you're drained, or you're tired.
Lady
That's it, or
J,
burnout and stuff.
Lady J, or he told you to, you just didn't listen on how he told you to do it.
Well, no, I would
That
say
depends on your
for me
discernment
personally,
again. If you
no, for
don't
me
have a
personally, again, that's
relationship,
exactly,
yeah, if you ain't got that
exactly.
relationship and you ain't got that ear to hear, you will make
Mm-hmm,
them mistakes. I get what you're saying,
mm-hmm,
DL. You may
mm-hmm.
have a part in that. He
Yep,
may have assigned a certain part, but how much did he assign to you? And if you don't
exactly.
have that relationship, if you don't have that listening ear to decipher what it is I'm supposed to be doing in this mission, because it's only for a season. You was probably supposed to just
Mm-hmm,
drop that seed, put a word, like you said, reach out to her and say, hey, you know what? In this instant, you know what? We don't
mm-hmm,
want to see your kids go. We don't want to see nothing
Right,
happen to you. There's
mm-hmm.
too many
right.
of us out here getting hurt and damaged right now. That was your mission right then and there. But he didn't say, and take her phone number and call her later on and start taking the kids and picking them up.
A
If you
lot of
didn't hear
times
that,
you're
Mm-hmm.
why would
correct.
you do?
Yep,
A lot of
yep.
times you're correct. But this is what I want us to do so that this topic can be successfully chopped. Let's withdraw us personally, because we're talking to masses. There's
Mm-hmm,
masses that's going to see this. There's
Right.
masses that's looking at this. So just as you're saying, there are some that have not been sent and just
mm-hmm.
went, there's others that have been. Let me ask you guys a question. And thank you, God, for turning it in this direction, because it is what we're talking about. Moses' job was to deliver Israel out of bondage, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
And he did that with the rod that God equipped him with. And everything that Moses did successfully with leading God's people out of bondage, he consulted God and then waited for the exact instructions how to do, right?
Absolutely.
Right.
Why didn't Moses get a chance to go and make it into the promised land?
Because he didn't follow.
He jumped
He
into
didn't follow his
self.
instructions. He
Mm-hmm.
followed
He
the
jumped in.
instructions for the people.
No, he jumped into self. He jumped into self. And that's what we do. It's not that we have not listened to the voice of God. It's not that we don't have the discernment. It's a lot of times we get into self, and the mission that was structured to successfully be completed by us, we get into self. And when Moses got upset, he got into self. He struck the rock instead of tapping the rock, and he forfeited the mission that it was for him to finish and carry out. And sometimes we can get so frustrated in dealing with our villagers that we mess up the assignment. That's all I'm getting at. All right, let's get ready to check out Bum Quisha and their hairstyle so we can get out of here, because we got about 6 minutes. Here we go. Y'all check out these hairstyles if they don't look like thing 1, thing 2, 4, 5, and
Why
6.
you took this? I love it. The turquoise girl. Come on, y'all. Let's continue. Ah.
Now they catching them stealing right now.
Almost the penny for one last item.
They're going to be at self-checkout right now. 73, they're about to walk out.
Once the officers felt confident that they had enough evidence, they moved to confront the women. They approached the suspects and instructed them to step into a room within the store.
Look at these outfits. Would you look at that stain? You can see that stain in black and white.
The officers initiated a conversation, hoping to get the women to cooperate and explain their actions.
Boy, they look like they ain't put wash rag to nothing. Just woke up to go steal.
The unpaid merchandise. You can see I paid for my stuff.
See, have a seat or put your handcuffs. You
That's
too.
my daughter, so I have. That's my daughter. She's under age 17. I have.
And one should have paid for a bra.
What else? You want to be stealing something? Steal something you need.
Some
Okay,
pasties or something. Some pasties or something.
Have a seat. In the back.
What you see in my bag for? I paid for this. I'm not giving you my bag.
Give me the bag.
First of all, cooperate with the police right now. I spend all these stuff. And I pay for this lighting.
The
I
next
just wanna-
generation, right here.
I just wanted
another
y'all
one
to
somewhere.
see. I just wanted y'all to see the hairstyle and the example that Mom set. Now, Mom, in her defense, Mom was paying for all her things, but as you can see, one daughter was at one self-checkout register, scamming over some stuff. The other girl had the sweater on. The first one that had the stain, that you could see the stain in black and white. And then they turned around and arrested the turquoise lady, the youngest of her daughters. She's the one that got arrested because everybody put everything in her sack, and she was going to be the one to walk out.
Wait a minute. Wait. So the mama paid for all of her stuff. She wasn't the one stealing, but the daughter.
No, that's why they didn't bother the mama. The mama was in the red hair.
So
they didn't even bother
did she
the mama.
know that her daughters were stealing? No.
You know she did. You know she did. Because the first thing Mama said is not, wait a minute, what's going on? No, can I go in there with them because she's under 17 or she's under 18? So this is not a first time behavior. This is not a happenstance. They woke up to go do that. So my question is, and this is a Marshallism. This is the reason why it's a method to my madness. What's up, Eric Jones? Hey, Terry Donald. Just think if one of them people,
Terry Donald and Yolanda had some good too.
Some people, they saw it. What if they was like, hey, yo, you know they watching y'all. Won't y'all pay for that or put it back?
Mm-hmm.
See,
I'm that type of person. Like I said, if I see something and if I feel like, or God leads me to say something, or if I feel like it's something where I can help, then I'm gonna say something. That's just me. Most people aren't that bold enough to do that, but I'm that type of person that will do that. You know what I'm saying? And DL, you even seen me in business. I'll pull somebody to the side and say, hey, you know what I'm saying, offer some kind of help, or maybe you should try this, you know, if I feel like the person is going to receive it, or if I'm led to do it. Because even in that regard, some people may take offense and like, you act like I don't know what I'm doing. But if I see something, I'm like, dang. You know what I'm saying? I can see where this is going and you should do this. But I think that again, you have to be called and chosen to do that.
Listen, remember how them old folks used to do this? Mm-hmm. And you knew exactly what they was talking about. They didn't say a word. They just kind of was like,
yep.
That's letting you know that people watching you. I see you. And sometimes we got to go back to that old sense. Now, Erica, I'm with you. If you're going to steal what you need. Because at least if you get caught, they could have some kind of compassion on you. You know, like, hey, I can't afford to cover these tangs up. Y'all, I'm trying to hop away from it. But look at this foolishness.
Generation.
I have more sympathy for individuals that will walk into a store and steal food or steal
young,
you know what I'm saying, food or soap or deodorant. I've saw situations like that.
All this crap in their head. Now you can wear it, no problem.
Listen.
But if you're gonna wear it, don't go nowhere damn stealing and thinking that nobody not gonna notice you. Oh, they gonna notice you.
Look at the hairstyles, y'all. Mama.
And but here, you know what? It really ain't about the hair.
Hold on, Lay J. Hold on. Let this marinate now. We want the crock pot to get all the juices off the potatoes onto the meat. Mama. She wasn't taught to teach your kids to steal, but she was taught to steal. Daughters. They wasn't taught to steal. They was taught by mama's actions. It's okay to steal, even though mama wasn't stealing today. Mama knew. Daughter, that's the one right there that went to jail. Mama was okay with everybody dropping stuff. This one here went to the jury counter, tried on the jury, said, "No, I'm good." Set it on the counter. This one here, she came and scooped. This one here picked up a sweater, said, "No, I'm good." Set it down. This one here picked it up, put it up under her arm. So what I'm saying is, although mama didn't say, y'all go in there, y'all hit this side, hit that side, mama knew that them girls was in there stealing because mama knows them girls done stole before. You can listen to what some of the stuff mama is saying. Let me see if I can pick it up here.
Based on the footage and witness statements, gave the women a clear warning. They explained that failure to cooperate would lead to serious legal consequences.
Now, this man is telling them, we got you on tape. Ma'am, you the mother, we got your daughters on tape. Now, this is what we can do. We can get you to say, dang, I'm busted. Do you have the money on you to pay for it? Because guess what, y'all? They haven't left the store. So at any point, they could have been like, oh, man, you know what? They have not crossed the threshold. It's not shoplifting yet. It's an intent. So they're literally taking them back there to say,
$500.
It was about $2-something, but they literally was trying to give them the opportunity to pay for it. Listen at how their response was.
At this point, the women had the opportunity to admit their wrongdoing or at least participate in the investigation.
I wasn't even called inside here, but this is my daughter. She's underage. She's 17. Okay. So this is my daughter also. Okay.
No.
So she said, I wasn't even called in here, but these are my daughters, so I had to come in. Now, when them people got confronted, they know that not one time did they say you coming in here to shoplift, did they? They said, we need to come in here and talk to you. All of them started saying, well, I paid for my stuff. Guilt. Mama knew. We're
going to run that back.
Yeah, no, we ain't going to run it back.
And then this is what she started to.
Now that sweater that young lady got on,
you can tell it's brand new.
But look at the money in her hand.
Now she want to pour money out.
That's the one that's got queen. That's the one that's got queen around her neck. She ain't got bra to first. She don't look like she washed nothing. That's the purple hair one. She is sitting here contesting that she has not shoplifted with stolen merchandise on her person.
She was going to pay for it at the counter.
She passed the counter.
Honestly, we got a mindset though that we can, and unfortunately, I hate to say this, but in
Done.
society now, we have a mindset that we can just take whatever we want without regards for anything or anybody else. We got these scamming mindsets, and if they don't do it to men, they'll do it to stores. And sometimes it's not so much that they don't have the money, it's that. But then again,
As
you
we
know what? But then again, actually, a lot of times it is that you don't have the money. You don't have the money for that because you got a lot of us walking around because society has told us that materialistic things give us.
Stop, Lady J. Stop. Did you see that money in that girl's hand?
I saw, but I guarantee you that
hold on. That was a stack of 20s. The sweater that she's wearing was between $15 and $19.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it's
but I guarantee you that she got bills that ain't been paid.
Maybe, but what I'm saying is what she stole, she had in hand to pay for it. That's the reason why she pulled it out. She's so busy trying to prove I got money, I ain't stealing, that she should have just went on ahead and paid for it.
That's true. That's true.
You could have got away with stealing the drink you was sipping if you had to pay for the sweater. Listen, guys. The point I'm trying to make, and y'all can put it in the comments. You were stereotyped by how you came in, which is wrong. But you made the stereotype validated by doing what they thought you were going to do. It's no excuse for the behavior. And this is what I'm saying. If somebody had said, girl, you need to do something with them girls, they growing up too fast. Girl, you need to tell them girls to dress a little different. You can tell as a mother you ain't taught them how to clean their tailbone.
That's a impoverished mindset. No, that's a impoverished mindset.
I can't even say impoverished. I can say it's
but it is. But it is though, because
it's more of a trifling mindset. Because I know a whole lot of poor folk that the first thing they do is make sure they get up and not look poor.
But they don't have a impoverished mindset. Think about what I'm saying. People who have a impoverished mindset, they operate that way in everything that they do. I guarantee you that these individuals, they don't live in no big, nice house. These are the same people that will go and buy Jordans and have a $50,000 car, but your rent, you on Section 8. You know what I'm saying? Your priorities is messed up.
Insurance? How about life insurance?
Yeah, your priorities is messed up.
Listen to this. I'll just pay for it now.
So your mom? How old is she?
She's 20.
She's 20? Okay, so she's an adult. Excuse me. What's your name, ma'am? What's your name? I'm sorry? Can you spell that for me?
Oh, it just got real. You see how she mumbling now?
And if I was the mama, I would be going off on them right now.
Just letting you know. Do you have a driver's license or ID? Not at all. You don't have one issued anywhere?
Mama trying to plead their case. They from Atlanta in Houston. Erica, you see how I cleaned that up for you? They from Atlanta in Houston.
We on vacation. Like, I really apologize on behalf of my kids.
I got you. So, unfortunately,
I appreciate that.
because it's basically on them. I'm just responding
she said
to their
the
call.
district attorney and stuff.
Right. So it's number one is, do they want to prosecute? If they want to prosecute, then I have to find all this stuff. I have to call the district attorney to see if they want to take charges.
So there's no way that I can settle and just pay for this. Well,
that's up to them. That's not me.
Well, I told her to put it on there, and she said okay, and I gave her the extra one back. It's not on there.
She's still making it bad. Mama said, can I just pay for it? And the lady was about to say, if she goes ahead and let us know everything she took, people, we got to know when to just let it go.
What she should have did was snatch her daughters up. That's what she should have done.
She still has the sweater on saying what she paid for.
Mm-hmm.
Erica?
Yep. A real mama would have been going off, because I know if it was my daughter, what the
Erica, I need some saved and silly right now. I need some saved and silly. What in the world? Come on now. Come on now. Is this a purple? Is this a purple redhead? Is this a purple turquoise redhead blonde mindset? What I mean.
I don't know what mindset they got in the name. Hey, you said it best earlier. I don't know what in the thing one and the thing two going on right here, but they just let it go. Let it go.
Right.
Let it go.
Now you done
Pay them people
mustered
their
up the
money,
sweater.
and hopefully you don't go to jail. Go on out of there. He trying to give you a blessing, and you can't even accept the blessing. This is what I'm talking about, discernment. Since they ain't that these folks here is more silly than saved, as we see. He is
Now,
trying.
come
They done
on
gave
now.
you
That's what you touched it. Come on now.
all these options, and they, you know what? They ain't even got the understanding. That's what y'all missing, really. Unfortunately, I'm gonna say this, and y'all forgive me. They're a little slow. They, I don't know how to say it a little. They're a little slow. They're not really comprehending the fact that they're trying to help them. They just
didn't ride that long bus, huh?
And they just in the back room and they just saying whatever come to their mind. But they really a little slow. They not understanding. If you pay this money, baby, and you put this stuff down and get on up out of here, you might be all right. They not comprehending that, to be honest with you. But hey,
it's the mama's calmness for me. It's the mama's calmness for me because as a real mother,
she's been through it before.
That's what I'm
saying, Lady J. Get up out of there. She is trying to get up out of there. I ain't took nothing. Let's get them. That's not a real mother. That she trying to get what she can to get on up out of there.
Look what's going on.
Do nothing.
You could tell.
Then she gonna go home and call everybody. We need to go get Tiki and Winky up out of there. Because they had caught him. I was trying to make it like I wasn't getting them. You know what I'm saying? See, I had got too far. Them helpers don't be following the rules. They were doing too much. I told them to get one shirt, one thing.
I told them.
They want to go.
I told them.
I was getting the other stuff. See, they ain't want to listen. Now we gotta go.
It's a hot mess.
Money. We gotta go get Tiki and Winky out of there.
Erica B, you so on that because guess what? Mama said, I'm gonna be the one that buy. And they gonna look at me and they be like, well, she purchasing. And y'all get, I'm seeing it, and they showing up. Yes. If they save, they showing up silly. But this is why I know they've done this before, because this young lady, Telly Wubby or Tiki Winky or Poe, whichever one she is, I don't know which one was purple, but you could tell she's been through this before because she's trying to talk her way out. Now, Turquoise back there, she realized it's the end of the road. She said, you notice how she went from, I was buying this. I don't know. Then it went from that to, no, I don't have a driver's license. She got humble real quick. Now, the other one, the minor like, well, they can't do nothing to me no way. So she playing with her nails. This one here, well, I ain't walked out the store. Here go my money. Guess what? You walk past the register with it. Now it's attempted.
But that's ignorant for her to even think that they can't do nothing to her. Have you ever heard of juvenile mail? Like that's the place you're gonna get locked up at.
She didn't have any stolen goods on her. Real boot. That's why I said she feel like that. Yeah, she didn't have the youngest one didn't have no stolen goods. Now here's crime 101. You give it to the youngest. Because they still can be charged at the juvenile. If you're going to do now, I ain't going to tell you to do that. But this one right here, that one right there, look at their face. She still has so much arrogancy on her face. She's not believing that these people are smart enough to catch up on, like Erica B said, how dumb she is. Look at the position of this officer right here. That officer don't want to take her to jail. He looking at her like, come on, young lady. Look at this lady right here.
In a lot of states, they will arrest you guilty by association.
Did you hear what the officer said, Lady J? Did you hear what he said? He actually was their lawyer. When the mother said, can I, as the mother, just pay for them? He said, you know what? That's up to her. I'll let you talk to her. And the lady was about to listen until Tubby Wubby said this.
However, the situation only worsened as the women continued to argue and resist the officers' attempts to reason with them. Their refusal to cooperate left the officers with no choice but to take further action.
But there's a misunderstanding. You pay for this together. I want
The lady said maybe this was a misunderstanding. You can just pay for it. Now, I don't want it now.
And that's the thing, you put your dirty body in it, they can't even sell it now.
Because she looked musty. Now that's where mama should have said, no, I'm paying for this sweater. She want it. If she don't want it, one of her sisters gonna wear it. But if you are willing to allow us to pay it, I'm gonna pay for it. And then I'd have dug that money right out of her hand and I'd have paid for it with that money. Lord today. They have not left the store, is what Terry Donald said. And a lot of times, Terry, you don't have to. All they have to do is establish the intent.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Once they pass the registers and go through the detectors, you're literally out of the store because the next step is out the door. You just got caught at the door. That's it. You've already went through, you pretended like you was paying for stuff. You wasn't, you already went. Once you go through them detectors, you've stolen now, period.
Now, you know what this makes me think about, Lady J? When we were in Atlanta and we were at a Walmart. And I turned around and told the lady that, they had the people that's watching, making sure that you check out at the checkout counter, the self-check. And I literally told the lady, hey, it looks like some people left a bag here. That lady accused me, Erica B, of trying to steal those items that I gave to her. And let me tell you, the performance took off. I said, oh, I need a manager.
Are you
I remember that.
No, this was a year ago. No, this was in April.
Okay.
For the re-up. We was there for the re-up.
Yeah. And I said, ma'am, here's all the stuff that I'm trying to buy. I noticed this. I'm trying to tell you why. If I was stealing something, why would I come and tell you, come here, look at what I'm stealing? I went and got a supervisor. I said, you go back there and look at loss prevention. I said, I need her off the floor now. Well, no, I need her off the floor now. I want everybody around me that heard this woman try to embarrass me and accuse me of stealing to see that she is being reprimanded for her racially profiling me.
Yep. And when I came up, I was like, wait, what is going on here? And I said, lady, do you know who you talking to? You know who we are? Like, you might want to run that back. You know what I'm saying? You might want to run that back. You might want to back up on that. And she was like, well, no, ain't no well. And there is no well.
A wishing well. But so, yeah. And so she was removed off the floor.
You wish you would. You wish you hadn't.
Yeah, she met the right one that day. But yeah, this is, man. So I thank you guys so much. That's enough with Bumquisha and them. I could talk about them all day. But tell them how and when they can listen to the Save and Silly Show. Who are your fantabulous co-hosts with you, Erica B?
Yes, Miss Tansy Raquel. Matter of fact, she's on. Hey, Tansy, I see you peeping in. Look, the Save and Silly Morning Show comes on every Saturday from 10 to 12. Y'all can watch by YouTube. Y'all can watch by Instagram, Facebook. Follow me, Erica Bolden, on Facebook. If you go to Instagram, EBHM_swag, or like I said, Save and Silly, you'll find us over there as well.
Definitely go out, support, watch. Thank you so much, Erica. Anytime you want to come back, it's welcome. All right, Lady J, how do they find you?
You can either go to www.ladyj.co, that's ladyj.co, or you can go to egoentertainmentnet.com. You can find all the social media on there as well. So just click on it and it'll take you right to the pages.
All right. And you guys can find Mr. Sadwar Fair everywhere on social media at THEEDL Marshall. You see it right there on the screen, the DL Marshall. And right now, I'm going to ask each and every one of you that are in the comments, especially you, Terry Donald. I want you to, thank you so much for that compliment. Eric Jones, go to patreon.com/Marsh Media ENT. Patreon.com/Marsh Media ENT. And I am dropping tonight. Thank you to EGO or Ego Entertainment. They got my set, which we are dropping tonight from my comedy set in Atlanta at the Spin Awards. And we definitely going to have that premiering tonight, 7 o'clock p.m. And you can catch my comedy special, A Gentleman at the Gym, the DL Marshall. And man, that is a hilarious 30 minutes. It's only a $5 subscription, or you can purchase what's dropping tonight for only $5. Man, come on now. $5. Boy, I'm way more than $5 worth of laughs. Let's talk about the Spin Awards real quick. Erica B., this was your first time. How was your first time, being at the Spin Awards 2024?
Oh man, it was awesome. It was awesome. I was kind of a little mad at some of y'all. Y'all been gatekeeping this thing. It was so much going on, so much networking, so much love in every room. I mean, information everywhere in the people. I mean, I had a good time at Walmart. I went to Walmart, and because of my shirt, the lady felt like she can talk to me everywhere. It was nice in Atlanta. And the Spin Awards, baby, I can't wait to go back. I hope I'm invited. I did not win. We were nominated for 2 awards, but hey, just being a finalist, first time, I was excited. So I definitely want to be there and hope to be there next year.
Definitely. Look forward to seeing you next year. Not only you, but Tanza, and you guys have another co-host as well, I see on the flyer. Who might that be?
Yes, that's our girl Martisha. Tish, we call her. Comfy on the couch, Miss Tish. Can y'all see her? Wait.
The other way. There you go. Yeah. Now who that yellow bone? Who that yellow bone in the middle with the blonde hair?
Don't play with her.
Salty. So tell Martisha, DL has given her a new name.
Okay.
It's Martisha the Martician. Reason being, because y'all so silly, you kill it. She kills the show. So that's what you tell her. Tell her Martisha the Martician.
I would definitely tell her.
What is one thing that stood out to you about the Spin Awards, Erica?
Oh, it's really the love. Like, for real, the love of the people. Everybody is just so genuinely wanting to help, wanting to network, wanting to uplift one another, share their knowledge, share their wisdom. It was just the love for me. I haven't been in something that's not secular, but in the world that made you feel all the love like that. Like, we just here to help. We want to encourage. We want to build. We want to network with you. We want what you got going on. It was just the love in the room for me.
Definitely.
Made me want to come back.
Lady J.
So genuinely love.
Lady J, what? But what's the question you want me to answer? You asked her 2 questions. So which one you want me to answer? This is not my first time.
Spin Award recap.
All right. So, well, if you really want to know what I thought about the Spin Award recap, you can go read the full recap of the Spin Awards weekend on Ego News at egoentertainmentnet.com. And thank y'all for all of you who have read and gave your comments. I know I'm a great writer. Thank you so much. No, I'm just kidding. But you can find the full recap of the weekend there on the Ego News tab for our Ego News division on egoentertainmentnet.com. And I'll be rolling out over the next couple of days. So clips from the Gospel Hip Hop Tour, Hall of Fame Tour, the DJ Battle, also the Hip Hop Showcase, and the Red Carpet. Of course, we were live, but also you'll get to see the official recap and everything. All of that can be found on our media coverage and recaps and page on egoentertainmentnet.com. But I think for me, though, because this is not my first year, this is my 3rd year, I believe. First and foremost, let me say, on scene, always amazing. Shout out to Minstrel Appointed and her team. You all, did a phenomenal job every year. It just seems like we go higher and higher with all of the different events. And I really, really loved, Rissy told me, she shot me a message and let me know this was not their first time having a comedy show there. However, it's my first time being at a comedy show. I don't remember a comedy show being there last year or the year before that. So I don't know what year they did it, but it was great. And the DJ battle, though, that was the first time they had a DJ battle and the Hip Hop Showcase. And the DJ battle was it for me. It was all about the DJ battle for me because that was lit. Okay, that was lit. The entire room
Yeah.
was on fire from beginning to end. And just about, I'll say 98% of people that we interviewed on the carpet, when we asked them what their favorite thing was about this year's Spin Awards, it was the DJ battle. So bring it back,
Yeah.
keep it,
Yeah.
bring it back, keep it. And I'll say behind the scenes, my family there in ATL, Kansas City, when all of us get together, listen, we had a time.
Oh
DL and
man.
Billy had me up to 4 a.m. every night, like we 20,
Oh my
but
God.
we had a blast.
You know what, Erica? Don't believe that. DL checked out long ago. That was them cutting up.
DL, I know you're not gonna sit on here and lie.
The first night I was at family's house. So I wasn't even
Okay.
around.
But for the remainder of the days that we was there, DL, I'm gonna need you to stop.
Who was the first one asleep? Me. I'm out,
No,
y'all.
no,
I
wait.
holler.
Well, no,
I
you weren't the
holler.
first one asleep. You weren't the first one asleep. And I slept. Let me
I
just say,
tipped out.
they had me so tired, Erica. Let me tell you, I slept every time I got in the car. Do you hear me? Because everywhere in Atlanta is 20,
Okay.
30-minute drive. I was knocked out in that
Right.
back seat. You hear me? Like everywhere we went, I was asleep. So
Trying to get a
I
nap
would just say,
in.
yes, the love, the networking, and for the most part, the genuine, like Erica V said, the genuine interaction is great. And here's the thing: I always pay attention to the follow up, because a lot of people be like, "Oh, I'm gonna connect with you," or "I'm gonna do this," and "I'm gonna do that." But and even though you don't make all the connections, or all the connections may not follow through, even when you're in the place, the different interaction and network is always great there at the Spin Awards. I love the fact that it's all inclusive, and it's really a atmosphere of support. Really, it is an atmosphere of support. And it's not just for those in radio. I mean, from those who are radio personalities, those who are producers, managers, publicists, artists. It's just the whole nine. So I really, really appreciate the platform.
Definitely. Well, ladies, I thank you guys for joining in on the news. Went a little long today, but hey, you got three bosses that's on the screen. We got off into in-depth conversation. So until the next time, man, y'all make sure y'all stay safe. And again, Saved and Silly Show, what time?
10 a.m., 10 to 12 Saturdays.
10 to 12 Saturdays. And I'm going to look for that next episode this Saturday coming up. I might come in and harass you guys in the comments for a little bit. I'm glad to hear you got your voice back, Erica B.
I know, right?
Yeah.
That's that ginger, turmeric, honey, lemon outlet.
There you go. So until the next time, y'all, make sure you go out to Ego Entertainment Network. Make sure you go to the Saved and Silly Show, and always keep it locked right here to Marsh Media Backstage Entertainment Television right here on YouTube and surrounding networks. Till the next time, y'all remember the gospel of Jesus Christ is contagious. Catch it. All you do it godly. Till the next time.